everyone, it's Elizabeth from Fern Creek Stickers, and I am here to plan out the week of August 22nd. So first I thought I would take you through a flip of the how the past week turned out. So you can see my back to school week, which was a very busy week and a very productive week, but definitely kept me on my toes. So let's pull out the pages that I need for this coming week. All right, there's everything. Set this off to the side. So today I'm going to be using the July mystery kit. So I really like this as, you know, it's got, I feel like this is, you can use this for either like summer or fall with the colors in it. So it is decidedly still summer here in Alabama, so it is definitely a summer kit for me. And I also, you might see me pull in, because these just sold like the last ones this weekend, I've got a few odds and ends pages because we always have some pages that are left over that we've made too many of. So I probably will be pulling some other sheets in because I've got like all the random leftover sheets off to the side. But I have the A5 Daily Duo kit and the mini kit here. I think that these should mostly be able to meet my needs. All right, so let's get started going through and kind of setting up the base for the week. And oh yeah, and then also I've got like a bajillion custom scripts. I went a little wild making myself custom scripts this summer. So that is what I have. So I will start setting up the base and I will catch you up on how my first week went. Although now I'm like realizing I didn't look to see if I have anything that I can use for washi on this page. Okay, I don't have any sheets with washi stickers left over from that kit, so I just went over to my washi collection, and at first I was looking for something that kind of matched the kit, and I was like looking in the pinks. This emoji washi does not match, but it is adorable, and it's washi that I don't use enough, so I'm gonna go ahead and put this down on my brain dump page, and this worked out really nicely to have a brain dump page the past week. I'm not going to show you because it has some student information on it. And once again, my ruler for cutting washi has walked off. I have no idea, like, what else was I using it for? I have no idea. But anyway, it has walked off. But anyway, my my brain dump page has some student information on it from last week, so I can't show you. But that worked out really nicely to have. So I'm going to do that again. And I still forgot to make myself some brain dump stickers to put on here, but that's okay. Oh, this washi is so cute. Definitely do not use it enough. And it doesn't really matter that it doesn't match the kit. So anyway, it was a good first week back. So classes started officially on Tuesday, but I didn't teach until Wednesday. So I saw my students twice last week. Yeah, it was definitely a good start, but it was a pretty busy week because I felt like I was starting off a little bit behind, and by the end of the week I was feeling better. I know that by the end of this week I'll be feeling really good about things and feeling like I'm sort of caught up and on top of things. So that's a good feeling, even though I'm going into this week still like, so like one thing that I usually do is I have all of my classes, I've like all of my classes for the coming week prepped the previous week, because I'm the kind of person, I have a lot of like, I'm always bringing a lot of stuff with me to class. Like I've always got worksheets and handouts, and I also have like stuff like sticky notes and I'm sorry, I'm just like having trouble thinking words here. Things like sticky notes and dry erase markers that I'm bringing to class, and I have a way that I get everything set up and prepped for the coming week so that I know what I need to bring with me and I have everything. And that's something that usually I would do on either Thursday or Friday, depending on what my last day on campus is. I would get that set up for the coming week. So like this week, I've got my lessons all planned for this week at this point, but I don't have that kind of prep done. So that's something that I still need to do to get ready for this week. But by next week, I'll be able to do that on this Friday for the coming week. So I'll be in a lot better shape. I just need a little more time to get there. So the first week back was definitely busy, and I've got one of my classes, it's really amazing. I only have 12 students in it, and it's the kind of class that usually would have like 30. So that's amazing. And well, I think it's amazing. I guess I don't know anybody who is like sad if they end up with a small class. I think it's great because it just gives you, I mean, number one, you have a lot less grading, but a small class is just way better discussion and interaction, and no one can really hide in the class, and people can't really be too worried about like class discussion because it's such a small group of people. So that is pretty amazing to me. I will go ahead, I like what I did last week with using the full boxes, but I did not have any full boxes left over after I bundled up all the kits. So I'm gonna go ahead and just use the bottom boxes this week because that's what I have, and that'll be fine. But I really did like using the full boxes last week because I always like how the full boxes look, but I don't get a chance to use them. So anyway, so one class, yeah, is really small, which is amazing. The other class is kind of, we'll see how this goes because it used to be a large lecture class. And so this is the 4th year I've taught it. The first 2 years I had about 120 in that class. And also though, it was, the first year was in person, the second year was all online because of COVID. And then last year it was supposed to be like 120, but for some reason enrollment was really down in that class and it ended up only being like 80. And the reason that matters is because if we get a class that's over 120, it counts as 2 classes towards our workload. So it's one where it was kind of frustrating to be like, to a certain extent, teaching 80 and teaching 120, like you've got some more emails when you have 120, but it's not that much, it's not that different. And it was kind of frustrating to be teaching this big class and then end up having to teach an extra class last year because I didn't count towards my workload. But because the enrollment is down, we have enrollment's down, and then we also have 2 new people that we hired this year who we definitely needed, but it also, we're now in a little bit of a different situation than when we put in those requests to get new people, because that stuff always takes a while to come down the pipeline. So we're really well equipped this year with faculty. So we were able to split that large lecture class into 2 different sections, which is really amazing because it makes it a smaller class. And it's definitely, I just think it's not a great class for a large lecture because it's a hard class that students struggle with a lot. And when it's a big class, you know, like I'm the kind of professor that I work really hard to like learn all of my students' names, but I just can't learn that many names. And it's a class where it's easy for students to get lost, and so you have students who just aren't successful, and I would email them because I'd see they weren't doing well and they just wouldn't respond to my emails. And so it was a class that was just, you know, easy for people to not do well. So I'm going to be curious to see how it goes this year with being split into 2 smaller sections. But that said, the thing, you know, that ended up is I was watching enrollment through the summer because I didn't know how big it was going to end up being. The class still ended up with 40 people in it. Each section has 40 people, and I'm only teaching one of the sections. My friend is teaching the other one. So 40 is still like, it's way better than 80, and I can actually learn everyone's name in a class of 40, which is good, but it's still a big class, and I'm still a little worried about people getting lost or feeling like they can't ask questions. So we'll see how that goes, but I'm feeling optimistic at least. So it was definitely a good first week back, and I'm feeling optimistic about things. So yeah, that's kind of, I think, the summary of the first week back. But I guess the other thing too is just realizing like, whew, I am beat from the first week. And I was working on this weekend it was a good weekend, but it wasn't quite as much downtime as I anticipated because I had some Fern Creek stuff that I did not have time to do during the week that I needed to get done, and like fun stuff to do, but it just, you know, you only have so much time because I am working on, I needed to get one set of artwork for the advent calendar is all done. I'm still working on getting the second set finalized, but I had some work that I needed to do to get some things to the artist this weekend, so that is done. And then also I'm working on, I don't want to say too much because it might not work out, but I'm working on something for Black Friday that I'm excited about, but it's something that I'm having manufactured, but I'm having one part of it made first so I can see if I like how it turns out. And then if I like how it turned out, I will get more of this made for Black Friday, which is, I know that sounds very cryptic, but I needed to get the designs for the first thing finalized. And it's one that doing the first one took a lot of time, but if I like how it turns out, getting the other ones designed won't take very long. But that was another one that I just didn't have time to do during the week, and I didn't want to because I need time to like get the samples made before Black Friday, or get the samples made as soon as possible, and then if I like it, get everything else submitted to get in time for Black Friday. So that was something I needed to move on. So this weekend I was doing some Fern Creek stuff. So it was definitely, you know, I feel like I'm caught up and good on stuff. So I did not put, oh, I see what I did. Okay. Well, yeah, I'll peel this up. Sorry. I was matching with these and then I mismatched with it. So I'm going to switch that out. So yeah, so going into week 2 of the semester, I feel good about things and feel like I've made some good progress to like be more on top of things. And by the end of this week, I think I'll be in good shape. So one kind of funny story is about, see, here we go with me using my sticky notes. This is very good because I did not put this in my my plans for the week that I'm referring to as I do this plan with me. We need to, this is just always so wild to me how fast we have to do this. We have to have the schedule for the spring due by the end of this week. So I need to remind some people about that because I do the schedule for our grad classes, which is a little bit of a weird thing because I sort of need to finagle with people and convince them to give me somebody to teach a class because they have to schedule the undergrad classes first and then see who they've got left, and it's always a little bit of a challenge, but I need to get on that. Anyway, a funny story. So Luna is, I don't know, I don't quite know how to describe her hair because she's a long-haired cat, but she's not like she has long hair, she's very floofy, but she's not like I don't know, when you say long-haired cat, like that's not what she's like. So I don't know quite how to describe her, but she is, for those of you who don't know, she used to be our neighbor's cat, and she was an outdoor cat when she was our neighbor's cat. And when she lived outside, she was really good about grooming herself, which kind of makes sense because she was like outside and getting dirty all the time. So she was great about grooming herself, and she never had any problems with mats. Again, because we were pals with Luna for a while when she was our neighbor's, before she was our cat. And when we adopted her, we made her an indoor cat. And when she became an indoor cat, she got kind of lazy about grooming herself. And one of the big problems is she gets mats because she is a longer haired cat. And she does not like being brushed, like not at all. I can do, it is not an exaggeration to say that I can do like 1 or 2 strokes with the brush per day, and that is a good day. So there have been times when I've been really good about like being persistent about keeping up with brushing her and like doing 1 stroke a day, but it gets hard to remember to do that when you can't just like sit down and brush her. So I have not been great at brushing her recently, and she's gotten some pretty big mats, and they just kind of, I don't know, I know they don't appear overnight, but it almost seems like they do. We've been trying to work on the mats because we really don't want to have to take her to the groomer, because I do not think that would go well for anybody. I really think that they would have to sedate her to be able to groom her. And so I have a little pair of scissors, and I can get like 1 snip at a time and very, very slowly work on getting her mats out. And, you know, I am super careful because I do not want to cut her. And so I always am taking my time to like feel with one hand where I'm cutting and then cut with the other hand to make sure that I'm not going to accidentally cut Luna. And again, I've been able to make progress in the past that way, but these mats she has right now, it's just really big and hard to deal with. So what we found is that when she's in, there's like, when she sleeps on one of the couches in a certain position, it's like the ideal position for me to get at her mat. And to make that happen the best, if Brian distracts her and then I come in with the scissors, we are usually the most successful. So yesterday morning, she was like in her optimal position, and I was like, hey Brian, do you think you could distract Luna so I could work on trimming her mats? And I have to preface this by saying, please don't judge me, because we did maybe a slightly questionable thing for our pet, but Brian went to the kitchen and got a very, very small spoonful of ice cream and put it in a bowl, and he distracted Luna with this ice cream, and he kept like moving it around in the bowl, so she really had to work to get at it. And So while she was interested in the ice cream, I was able to work on her mat, and it was the best distraction ever. I had never gotten like that much mat trimming in one session. She was extremely intrigued by this bowl of ice cream. And in the end, like, she didn't even eat all that Brian gave her. So she did not eat too much ice cream. I'm not too concerned about her, but she really liked that ice cream, and I was able to make some good progress on trimming her mat. And I'm hoping now that I can brush it a little bit and get out more of it. So we will see. But yeah, poor cat. I know it's not comfortable for her, and I also know she doesn't like getting her mats trimmed. Those of you with pets can probably relate that I'm always trying to like rationalize to Luna, but you know, it doesn't work. She doesn't understand rationality. Okay, so there is my base for the week. So now let's go through day by day and add in my plans. So again, I teach Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and those end up being pretty busy days. Yeah, I'm glad I've got a bunch of sheets of this left over because I'm going to need them. So I've got on Monday, teach at 11 and 1, and then I'll have office hours. And actually, I grabbed 2 of these 1-hour ones, but I think I've got 1.5-hour ones on there, and I want one of those for office hours. Oops, but that is the same color. All right, yes, this is perfect. And I really like these scripts that I made for myself because these are wider than 1.5 inches wide, so they're a little bit different than what you would normally, or what would normally be used or made, but they work out really nicely in this planner. And I should say too, give you the update on, so far I'm really liking the rings. It's been, it hasn't been annoying to take pages in and out or to write things and add things in, so I have been enjoying it. It's been working out nicely. Okay, and now I'm gonna look and see, I think in here, oh no, this one doesn't have any checklist labels, but I know that I've got a sheet that does. Yes. Okay, so then I can put my workout in here. Yeah, and so far my revised workout schedule is working out nicely because I can do half an hour of weights on the days that I go to campus and then walk for an hour on the days that I'm at home, and it kind of balances out my activity more because when I'm on campus, I am walking a lot anyway. Okay, so that is Monday. And, oh yeah, also too, I don't think I have any forks and knives in what I've got here. So let's see, what will I use to mark dinners? Well, you know what? Try something different. How about I use deco to mark dinners? Why not? So we will have eggs on Monday. And I'll go in and write my to-dos in at the end again to not take up a million years and make this video too long. So that's what I've got on Monday. Tuesday, I don't have anything scheduled actually, so my workout and dinner are going to be the only things that I need to put in there. Oh, and I guess I really want to put dinner at 7, but that's not the end of the world. And we will have burritos. We're gonna make our favorite sweet potato and black bean burritos. Then Wednesday will be same kind of deal again. With class and office hours. Well, actually, yeah, Wednesdays are going to be pretty busy, and I also have book club starting up again on Wednesdays. Okay, I officially put too many stickers on my fingers. I cannot stick the stickers down when I've got stickers on my fingers. Okay, 11. 1. And then I need to get you right up next to that. Okay, and then I'm just gonna keep putting in more stickers here for everything that I've got going on, because then Bible study is gonna be at 3:30, which I guess my office hours only go till 3:15, which gives me time to get over there. And and then I will have book club. So I'm gonna have to figure out what to do to get from Bible study. Book club is on Zoom, but it's gonna be a little bit of a, I'm gonna have to get creative to figure out exactly how I'm getting there, because I'll want to get home to do that on Zoom, and I'll have to figure out how to move my car and do all the things. So office hours, nope, this is my 1 o'clock class. And shoot, I know that I made Bible study and book club stickers. Okay, so book club and Bible study, and I'm gonna add some doodles in here. I've got those in the mini kit. Oh, well, the mini kit has washi in it. I could have used that, but that's okay. I'm happy with the washi that I picked out, but I just totally blanked on that. So I'm gonna use the pencil for Bible study, if I can get it in there. And then I will use the books for book club. And I do need to, you're gonna see, I do need to read for book club still. We are starting a new book because we had a bit of a hiatus while people were traveling over the summer. And then, so I'm not gonna go to game nights anymore on Wednesdays because I am just going to be too worn out. So I'll have burritos again for dinner. So yeah, Wednesdays will definitely be a busy day. I do not need anything more at the end of those. Then Thursday, I've got a meeting at 3, but otherwise it is empty. Oops, and I need to put my workouts in for both of those days still. I'm getting to the point where my sticker sheets are piling up and it's taking a little effort to find what I'm looking for. Okay, so I'll have weights on Wednesday and then walk on Thursday. So that's what I've got for those 2 days. Oh yeah, and then for Thursday, dinner. I don't have small group this week. And for dinner, oh, we're gonna have burritos again. I guess this one will be flexible. It'll either be burritos or pizza, depending on homemade pizza, depending on how much leftover burritos we have, because probably a lot of you can identify. Sometimes with leftovers, it's hard to know how much Brian is gonna eat and how many nights it'll stretch for. So I'm making a big recipe of those, but it's possible it'll only last for 2 nights. Then put my workouts in there before I forget. Well, that was crooked. Oh, and also too, we are still waiting for my niece to be born. So, oh, this is, sorry, I was like, I don't know what is going on with these stickers rubbing off. That's really weird. I haven't had that issue before. So anyway, so yeah, we're still waiting for my niece to be born, but she should be born this week. So probably in next week's plan with me, well, maybe, because I think her induction date is scheduled for next Saturday, and I'm planning to try to film on Saturdays because filming during the week was not happening this week. But anyway, so maybe on Saturday, next Saturday when I film this, I'll have news, but maybe not. But anyway, yeah, so we're still waiting on my niece to be born, but my sister, I think, is doing well, but just ready for this to be over, which I can definitely understand. But I think she's also grateful that things waited, that her niece was not born at 35 weeks, which was when she started having contractions. I mean, obviously for a lot of reasons, but especially it's given her more time to get stuff ready. And the good thing is her company has really good benefits, and she was able to start her maternity leave at 35 weeks. So she has been on maternity leave already, which has been good as well for her to be able to relax and get ready for things. Okay, and then I've got a meeting on Friday, and I grabbed orange, which was the same color as that. I don't want those to be the same. And let's see, I'm gonna put it, oops, staggered just a tiny bit because it does start at 2:15 to give me some time to get all situated after class and be ready to meet. And then we'll definitely do pizza for dinner on Friday. Then Saturday, nothing scheduled. Again, usually we'll probably have a game night, and dinners for next weekend I'll get figured out when I go grocery shopping next time. Oh, but that reminds me too, I do need to put in grocery shopping on the way home from work on Friday, which worked out really well last week. So I think that that'll continue to work out well. And then once the baby is here, Brian will take grocery shopping back over again, but he has not been getting off work on time, so it's been working out well for me to take that over for a little bit. That's really weird. Somehow I guess I just missed putting grocery shop on here. I'm gonna need to fix that. That is really, really weird. All right, and then Saturday, I will put my weeding in here again, although it is getting increasingly hard for me to weed. This might be the last weekend of me doing any weeding, because it is getting harder for me to bend over, and something like weeding is making me rather out of breath, so I'll do my best. And then on Sunday, we will just have church. And church is the only thing scheduled on Sunday. So now I will go through and speed you up while I write in my to-dos for the week. So there are my plans for the week. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that you have a great week ahead of you, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye everyone.